The Union Jack, isn't it a fabulous flag? It never ceases to surprise me how little most Britishers know about the origin of their own flag. Aside from the obvious fact that it's a combination of the flags of England, Scotland and Ireland, a lot of people don't understand some of the symbology behind it, why it's offset as it is, for example, and some of the idiosyncrasies regarding hanging it. Now, I'm barely 10 seconds into this video, and I'm sure I've already reduced some people to seething in rage behind their keyboards because I've called it the Union Jack.
Oh, admin, it's not called a Union Jack unless it's flown from a ship. It's the Union flag!
No, it's not. You're wrong. Stop being a pseudo-intellectual. According to the Flag Institute, which is Britain's highest source on flags and an advisor to the UK Parliamentary Flags and Heraldry Committee, either name is acceptable. In fact, this debate was taken to Parliament back in 1908, and they came to the conclusion that the Union Jack should be regarded as the national flag, therefore writing into law that it's the Union Jack. Had to get that out of my system, it annoys when people argue about it. Now then, on to the proper stuff. As I'm sure even the most retarded of you will be able to tell me, the flag is actually a combination of 3 different flags, those being of England, the St George's Cross, of Scotland, the St Andrew's Saltire, and of Ireland, the St Patrick's Saltire. Now, what a lot of people won't be able to tell you is the order of precedence of these flags and how that affects their position on the Union Jack. Of the 3, the St George's Cross of England is the most senior, and as such it has the place of honour of being the top of the pile, as it were. Now next in priority is the St Andrew's Saltire of Scotland. This goes underneath the St George's Cross as such. Now this leaves us with a small predicament. What do we do with the St Patrick's Saltire of Ireland? If we were to put it underneath the White Saltire of Scotland, it'd be breaking numerous heraldic rules about having colours touching each other and stuff. If we were to put it above, then that would be suggesting it's more important than the Scottish flag, which would not do. Luckily, the clever people who designed the Union Jack got around this in 2 ways. The first and most obvious of which was to make it smaller so it sits within the St Andrew's Cross. The second, and perhaps more subtle, is the fact that it's offset anti-clockwise slightly. Now this is important because in the wonderful world of flags, the top left-hand quarter is considered an area of high priority, as it were, with the top of this quarter being seen as quite a prestigious place to be. Now, by having the St Patrick's Cross offset, it means that in this top quarter, it's below the St Andrew's Cross, therefore showing its inferiority. And this is why it's seen as quite bad form to fly the flag upside down, since it mucks up all the very complex vexillological rules which have made it the way it is. And this leads on to one of the very interesting idiosyncrasies of the Union Jack, and one which many people don't know, that being that it's hung vertically, incorrectly as it were, by standard flag procedure. What normally happens when hanging a flag vertically is it isn't simply just rotated around, but also flipped. This means that what the top left-hand corner normally is still the top left-hand corner when hung vertically. This can be seen quite clearly here in the American flag. Now, with the Union Jack, this would present a predicament, since we'd be back to square one. The St Patrick's Cross would be above the St Andrew's Cross, which messes everything up again. So instead of doing the flip, it's simply rotated, and this is, as far as I'm aware, pretty much unique among world flags. Now, what's also interesting is this doesn't apply to flags defaced by the Union Jack. For example, the flags of Australia, New Zealand, or ensigns such as the Royal Naval Ensign. These flags are hung in the conventional manner when vertical, which has before led to people commenting on my flags that they're hung incorrectly. No, they're not, it's just flag rules are really weird. So yeah, there you go, I guess. I just wanted to mention that. If you like that vaguely interesting content, I guess I could make more in the future. Yeah, share please. Thanks.